Imagine a struggle of cosmic proportions, a battle between good and evil, not just any battle, but one over the lifeless body of a prophet. This is no ordinary scene. This is the strange and enigmatic story of Satan wanting the body of Moses. Why would Satan, the embodiment of evil, desire the remains of a man revered by millions? What was at stake in this celestial tug-of-war? The book of Jude offers a glimpse into this mysterious event, leaving us with more questions than answers. Let's delve into the shadows of this biblical enigma and try to understand what transpired. The answers might surprise you. Our only biblical clue to this strange standoff comes from the book of Jude, verse 9. It mentions a dispute between Michael the Archangel and Satan over Moses' body. The details are sparse. We don't know how it unfolded, where it took place, or what ultimately happened to Moses' body. This lack of information is what makes the story so captivating. It's like a puzzle with missing pieces, prompting us to ask, what was this conflict really about? The Bible doesn't explicitly say, but it does provide hints. To understand the motives at play, we need to understand the key players, Moses and Satan. Moses, the great liberator of the Israelites, holds a unique and powerful place in religious history. Revered by millions across Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, Moses is not just a figure of the past, but a symbol of faith, courage, and unwavering leadership. His story is one of miracles, trials, and a deep, personal relationship with God that shaped the destiny of an entire nation. He led his people out of brutal slavery in Egypt, defying the mighty Pharaoh with nothing but his faith and a staff. Through divine intervention, Moses parted the Red Sea, allowing the Israelites to escape their pursuers and begin a long, arduous journey through the wilderness. On Mount Sinai, amidst thunder and lightning, he received the Ten Commandments, laws that would become the foundation of moral and ethical conduct for generations to come. Moses represents God's power, justice, and mercy. He was chosen to be the voice of God to the people, a mediator who pleaded for mercy when his followers faltered, and a judge who upheld divine justice. His prayers, his doubts, and his perseverance reveal a deeply human side, making his story relatable even today. He was a prophet, a lawgiver, and a leader without equal. Moses guided a nation through hardship, rebellion, and hope, shaping their identity and faith. His leadership was marked by humility and strength, as he constantly sought guidance from God and put the needs of his people above his own. His life and death were significant, not just for the Israelites, but for all who seek meaning in the journey of faith. Moses' story is a testament to the power of belief and the importance of perseverance, even when the path is uncertain. Deuteronomy tells us that Moses died at the ripe old age of 120, his eyesight still strong and his vigor undiminished. Even in his final days, he remained a figure of wisdom and inspiration, offering guidance and blessings to his people as they prepared to enter the promised land. God himself buried Moses in a secret location, unknown to anyone. This act was both mysterious and profound, setting Moses apart from all other prophets and leaders. No monument marks his grave, and no one has ever claimed to know its whereabouts. This secrecy surrounding Moses' final resting place adds another layer of intrigue to the story. It has inspired countless legends, debates, and quests throughout history. Some believe it was to prevent his tomb from becoming a place of idol worship, while others see it as a final act of humility, ensuring that the focus remains on his message, not his remains. Why would God choose to hide the body of his faithful servant? Perhaps it is a reminder that true greatness lies not in earthly monuments, but in the legacy of faith, courage, and leadership that Moses left behind, a legacy that continues to inspire and challenge us to this day. The story of Moses' death is one of the most mysterious and thought-provoking events in the entire Bible. Unlike the passing of other great leaders, Moses' final moments were shrouded in secrecy and awe. His death was unique, standing apart from the countless tales of kings and prophets who came before and after him. Moses wasn't struck down by illness, nor did he fall in battle or at the hands of his enemies. He was not a victim of old age's frailty, nor was he betrayed by those closest to him. Instead, his life ended in a way that was both peaceful and extraordinary, far from the eyes of the people he had led for so many years. According to Deuteronomy chapter 34 verse 5, Moses died there in the land of Moab, just as the Lord had spoken. The Bible tells us that his death was not a random event, but rather it happened according to the word of the Lord. This phrase suggests a divine purpose, a moment carefully orchestrated by God himself. It was a peaceful passing, ordained by God himself. There was no pain, no struggle, no chaos, just a quiet transition from this world to the next, in the presence of the one who had guided him all his life. Moses, the great lawgiver and leader, was granted a gentle end, a final act of mercy from the God he served so faithfully. But what happened next is even more remarkable. The Bible records that no human being witnessed Moses' burial. There were no mourners, no funeral procession, no monument built in his honor. His grave was not marked by stones or remembered by generations. Instead, his burial was carried out in complete secrecy. Deuteronomy chapter 34 verse 6 tells us that God himself buried Moses in Moab, in the valley opposite Beth Peor. This is a detail found nowhere else in Scripture, God personally taking care of the burial of his servant. It's a moment that speaks to the deep relationship between Moses and the Lord, a final gesture of divine intimacy. To this day, no one knows the exact location of Moses' burial place. The ground remains untouched, unmarked, and hidden from the eyes of the world. For thousands of years people have searched and speculated, but the secret remains. The valley holds its mystery, and the grave of Moses is lost to history. This unusual ending to Moses' life raises a crucial question. Why all the secrecy? Why would God go to such extraordinary lengths to conceal the location of Moses' grave? What purpose could this mystery serve, and what lesson does it hold for us today? Some scholars believe that God wanted to prevent the Israelites from turning Moses' grave into a shrine or a place of worship. Moses was a revered leader, and there was a real danger that his burial site could become an object of idolatry, distracting the people from worshiping God alone. By hiding the grave, God protected his people from this temptation. But there may be an even deeper reason. The answer might lie in understanding the motives of Satan, the adversary. The Bible hints that there was a spiritual battle over the body of Moses, a struggle between good and evil that went far beyond what human eyes could see. Perhaps God knew that Satan had sinister plans for the body of his faithful servant. By concealing Moses' grave, God thwarted any attempt by the enemy to use Moses' remains for evil purposes. In the end, the strange death and burial of Moses remind us that some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved, and that God's wisdom often goes far beyond our understanding. One theory for Satan's interest in Moses' body revolves around idolatry. Throughout history, people have venerated the remains of holy figures. Satan might have planned to use Moses' body to tempt the Israelites into worshiping him. Just imagine, for a moment, a grand shrine erected around Moses' bones, drawing the Israelites away from the worship of God. Satan, the master deceiver, could have easily manipulated their grief and reverence into a tool for idolatry. This would have been a devastating blow to God's plan. It would have undermined everything Moses had worked for. Section 6. The Shame Game. Did Satan want to disgrace Moses? So another theory suggests that Satan wanted to disgrace Moses' memory. Publicly displaying or desecrating his body would have been a powerful way to humiliate the Israelites and, honestly, their God. Just imagine the psychological impact of seeing their revered leader's remains treated with such disrespect. The Israelites, still reeling from their exodus from Egypt, might have lost faith in God and their own future. Satan thrives on chaos and despair. This kind of humiliation would have played right into his hands. Section 7. The Hidden Grave, God's Strategic Move. By concealing Moses' burial place, God effectively thwarted Satan's plans. He removed the temptation of idolatry and protected Moses' legacy from desecration. The hidden grave became a testament to God's wisdom and control, even in death. It also served as a powerful reminder to the Israelites that their faith should not be placed in objects or individuals, but in God alone. He was their true protector and guide, not a mortal leader, no matter how great. This act of concealment really highlights the ongoing battle between good and evil. It shows that even in death, Satan seeks to manipulate and deceive. Section 8. The Power of Symbols, from Moses to modern times. The story of Moses' body reminds us of the power of symbols. Objects and places can hold immense significance, influencing our beliefs and actions. And this is true even today, as we see in national monuments, religious relics, and even personal mementos. These symbols evoke strong emotions, shaping our understanding of history, faith, and identity. They can inspire great acts of courage and sacrifice or be used to manipulate and control. The story of Moses challenges us to examine the symbols in our own lives. What do they represent? How do they influence our thoughts and actions? Section 9. Unraveling the mystery. What do you think? Throughout history, some questions have lingered in the shadows, inviting us to ponder, to debate, and to seek answers that may forever elude us. The story of Satan's interest in the body of Moses is one such enigma, a puzzle that has fascinated scholars, theologians, and curious minds for centuries. The mystery of why Satan wanted Moses' body remains unsolved to this day. Despite countless interpretations and theories, the truth is shrouded in mystery like a fog rolling over ancient hills. We are left to wonder, what was so significant about Moses' remains that even the adversary himself would contend for them? The Bible offers no definitive answer, leaving us to grapple with the possibilities. In the book of Jude, we catch only a fleeting glimpse of this cosmic dispute, a brief mention that sparks more questions than it answers. The silence of Scripture on this matter invites us to reflect, to imagine, and to search for meaning beyond the written word. Was it a power grab, a strategic move in the ongoing battle between good and evil? Did Satan hope to claim some authority or leverage by possessing the body of one of Israel's greatest leaders? Or was it an attempt to incite idolatry among the Israelites, tempting them to venerate Moses' remains and thus fall into spiritual error, as they had done before with the golden calf? Perhaps it was a desire to sow doubt and despair, to undermine the faith of a people already tested by hardship and wandering. Could Satan have sought to use Moses' death as a tool to weaken the resolve of God's chosen nation? Or maybe, just maybe, it was a combination of all these factors, a complex web of motives, each thread woven into the larger tapestry of spiritual warfare that stretches across the ages. Whatever the reason, the story serves as a powerful reminder of the spiritual battle raging around us, often unseen but ever present. It calls us to be aware, to recognize that forces beyond our sight are at work, shaping the world in ways we may never fully understand. This mystery highlights the importance of discernment, faith, and vigilance in a world filled with unseen forces. It challenges us to remain steadfast, to question, and to seek wisdom in the face of uncertainty. What do you think? What lessons can we draw from this ancient story, and how might it shape our understanding of the ongoing struggle between light and darkness? Why did Satan want Moses' body? Was it for power, for influence, or for reasons we have yet to imagine? The question lingers echoing through the corridors of time. Share your thoughts and let's explore this enigmatic biblical mystery together. Your perspective matters. Join the conversation, and together, let's seek understanding in the midst of the unknown.